Alright guys, I'm going to try not to digress too much on this video as I always do. So this video is going to be about two things, my plans for the channel and then a simple topic related to passion. So the title of this video is going to be Passion Doesn't Pay. So we're going to start with that so you guys don't get pissed off and leave. It's a very simple thing. Your passion typically is not going to pay you unless your passion is like polishing concrete or operating a forklift or being a plumber. If that's legitimately your passion, then yeah, that's gonna pay you. But if your passion is creating jewelry on Etsy, then I mean, good luck. I'm not saying it never pays, but the odds are so low. And that really comes down to the video is it doesn't matter that passion doesn't pay. You should actually do your passion, okay? Now, the reason I talk about this is there's a lot of talk right now among a bunch of YouTubers who are famous for one thing, and they surround one guy. And I don't mind this guy. Like he's all right in my books. I can't even say his name because then the algorithm snipes. He's actually bad. You know who he is. I learned how bad his situation was when I tried to post his name, just me saying it on TikTok once upon a time, and the video was instantly banned and my view count dropped instantaneously, so I won't even make that mistake. Gotta have the coughs in there. I've only been recently able to kind of nose breathe again. I've had a cold, and I think it's from cigarette withdrawals. Because this is a Ramadan month special, okay guys? That's what really inspired me to come back, is we're doing Ramadan, and I do intend to be more active on this channel, but we'll get into that later. But the point is, there's so much drive, there's so much steering towards money. Now, I'm not against money. I'm not the kind of guy to sit here and tell you, more money, more problems. Because that's the stupidest advice I've ever heard. More money, more problems. That's stupid advice. But if you don't carry out your passion in some way, or if you don't have a passion, you better find one. But if you don't carry out your passion in some way, you're done. You're done. There's this thing inside you that you can't point to. Obviously, I point to my head, but you can point to your heart to be more accurate. There's this thing inside you that's non-physical. And if you don't feed it, you'll die. Like a part of you will die. It's quite like, it's like a separation from God almost, if you don't have a passion that you follow, if that makes sense. So if you quite literally don't have the strive to sit for hours upon hours online doing these crazy money making methods like drop shipping, which is stupid, and stuff like that, or if you don't have the time to do what's it called, copywriting, stuff like that, all those silly little, oh man, you gotta take my course on copywriting, we're gonna teach you how to write for people. I'm not gonna pretend I know what copywriting is, I'm sorry. But if you don't have, like, that's just an office job, freelance style. That's all that is. That's not a passion, all right? If all you want to do in life is have sex with women and have money, then that's not a life. I'm sorry to say, that's not a fulfilling life in my view, and it never will be. So that's really the essence of this video, is passion doesn't typically pay, and that's okay, because quite frankly, you don't want, overall, most people don't actually want what the process of making a lot of money brings. You know what I mean? And is literally not natural. I'm not a communist, but I am one of those guys who believes in, like, the final stage of mankind will be a cashless society. I believe capitalism is the fastest way to reach there. Digressing totally. But what I'm trying to say is, you need a passion. We're just gonna get back onto that. So whether it's painting, whether it's making songs, something like that, and you should actually be out there sharing it without any expectation of pay. And that's how you know it's your passion, when you don't care about the money. And that's actually what's more important. is when you don't care about the money and you just love doing it. Because if you love doing what you're doing, I know this is corny, but if you love what you're doing, then you're set. All right? You work whatever job you have to that kills your soul in this society, but then you have your passion to go home to. And then, you know what's better than having money? Because if you have a pocket full of money, that's not going to get you like the girl you want, to be honest with you. You're going to get, once again, I'm being super cliche because that's how stupid all this is with what the modern day youngin, like you youngins are messing up. Like, what are you doing? Girls don't want to talk to you if you're talking about money, 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 man. I'm on that grind, bro. Like, I don't know if you know the stories, but the girl who you love, the girl of your dreams, she's not dating you because you make 100K online. Okay, those are the nasty ladies. The nasty ladies are after that 100. They're after that 6-figure salary. So this is also tying in to woman advice when it comes to a fulfilling relationship. So to get back to the main point, the girl of your dreams, she's gonna fall in love with the bum who plays guitar because that's his passion, and he can talk about it for hours on end from multiple angles, and it gives him a perspective on life that you don't have sitting on a computer looking at a screen, looking at the chart going up or down, or whatever you're doing. That's just to be upfront with you. You're not gonna get the girl of your dreams because you have money. Like I don't want to like gas myself up or anything, but being a bum, I'm not a bum, but hypothetically if I was a bum, I could still get girls. All right. Anyone who grooms themselves to an extent and keeps themselves healthy has a dating pool of women. Maybe it's not this just strands into so many things. I'm just gonna stop myself. But the point is, your passion is gonna set you up for life with wealth that is non-physical, that'll take you so far. It'll take you far, and it'll give you something you're happy about. Because at the end of the day, money is not going to fulfill you. Once again, money's great. Having money is great. I love money. I have money. I use money. I have various methods to acquire wealth, just like anyone else. But do those methods make me happy? Do they fulfill me? Does the money in my account going up or down, does that make me? No. It doesn't, at least me, it doesn't make me feel anything. As long as I have a roof and food, which I can sustain for the rest of my life, I'm good. And that's kind of what the change in this channel direction is going. I'm ready to essentially commit to my passions, which is what everybody wants. Now, I'm not saying you can do that, but when you find yourself in a position where passion takes hold, that's where you want to be. You want to find a way to do that, and you don't need a lot of money to do that. To quote a guy, I can't remember his name. He's kind of like oh yeah, his name's like Andre Silva or I don't know. He's kind of like Stephen Graham copy, but basically he was talking about this. He found a way to make $500 a month and live for free, so he could afford his food and live for free. And then he followed his passion. His passion is literally looking at a line on a computer. Fine. If that's actually your passion, that's good. But for most of you, that's not the case. It's not the case at all. Stop trying to force yourself into this. I know when you do this, because I was a youngin' too, okay? I kind of strayed down this path for a smidgen of a second. Sorry guys, I have a cold. I think it's cigarette withdrawals. Anyway. Oh my god, I got this confusion in me. Anyway, that's not like, if that is your passion, that's good. But for most of you, that's not the case. And this feeling you get when you try to go down this, I think I could say top G lifestyle. This is the guy I'm talking about, this sort of culture. You instantly feel like this cloud come over you, this sort of grainy, and it's like, I'm not gonna lie, like for a second it can trick you into thinking it's like a clear thinking method, but it's not. You instantly feel horrible. You instantly don't feel good. You're instantly unfulfilled, and that's just how it is. And you think it's making you hardened, but in the long run, for most of you, it's actually going to soften you up. It's going to make you, it's going to bitchify you, to be quite frank. Because very few people, and this is a genetic disposition kind of thing, very few people are born with the mental genes to do that. And the worst part about this culture is you now have guys spewing that, oh, if you're still broke by this time. And it's like, what is broke? First of all, what is broke? Me personally, I have a roof over my head. I have food in my stomach. I'm good. Like, what? Like, and they claim to be religious too. That's another thing that's like really annoying me, is especially when they turn to Islam, and then they also preach money making. That was strange. Those don't go together. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, money does give you the ability to do charity, but there's tons of ways to help. There's tons of ways to help out. There's tons of ways. But basically this, follow your passion, guys. Do what makes you happy, for real. I know that's corny, but that's actually the advice, is find a passion if you don't already have a passion. If you do have a passion, build on that passion. And it's really just good life advice for finding the woman of your dreams as well, if you care about that. Me personally, I mean, I know I'll find one eventually. Single right now, not looking, don't care, irrelevant. But in case you want to know, this is kind of a vlog channel now, temporarily. I'm gonna get some video games up and running. I hate video games, but I'll play them for you guys because I know some of you like them. That being said, this is overall a variety channel. We're segueing into the next part of the video. My plan for the channel. My plan for the channel is going to be, I know doing daily uploads is going to lose me some subscribers. That's fine. Most of my subscribers came from kind of a one-trick thing that, don't get me wrong, I'm very happy I did it. It was a very funny situation. I've got nothing against Critical. But for the most part, I don't think I want his fan base. I'm sorry, I just don't. That's just the truth. If you're sticking around from his fan base, I'm not against you. I love that you're here. Please stay. I'm not telling you to go away. But this comes back to my passion. I want to make what I'm passionate about. And the content that he makes is not the same kind of content I make. And so I see why you guys don't really stick around. So that being said, uploads are going to increase. Shorts are where the views are, I guess. That kind of, I know that defeats the whole advice I just gave. But, I mean, doing a short, that's still part of my passion. I mean, just creating content, getting my words out there, being funny, but also giving the advice, my very narrow and small worldview advice, just like we all have. But it helps. It helps. It helps the giver and it helps the receiver. And at the end of the day, this is a small channel, so if you have any comments, feel free. I do respond. I try to heart everything at least because I read it. If you're going to be super negative, then maybe I won't respond, but whatever. But yeah, that's the plan for the channel, is I'm going to try to do some daily uploads. I'm going to slow it down, so maybe 3 uploads a day, particularly shorts. But yeah, that's the channel plan. So this channel is actually going to become active if you stuck around. And once again, I just want to reiterate, if you came from Moist Critical's channel to find my channel, I'm not trying to push you away. I'm just giving you the straight up warning that my channel, based on what you like about Critical, my channel is probably not the channel for you, which is fine. If you're enjoying my stuff, continue on. But yeah, I mean, that's just the situation. That's just how I feel about it in this exact moment. I'm kind of like messed up in the head a little bit, so my opinion changes all the time, and that's part of the fun of my channel, going forward at least. But yeah, that's the, I'm trying to breathe through my nose, but I keep mouth breathing. Even though I can breathe through my nose again, I just got used to breathing through my mouth. That's so bad. Okay, bonus advice. Bonus advice, guys. We're 14 minutes in. I've learned how to keep my videos shorter. This is an uncut raw footage. I'm just gonna add captions and like maybe a filter. But here's the bonus advice. Breathe through your nose. Joe Rogan is telling the truth about that, okay? If you don't trust me, if you don't trust any other source, Joe Rogan knows about bodily health. So breathe through your nose. And I'm not afraid to drop other YouTubers' names for good advice and content. I think that's what makes the world go around, is spreading the name of people who make sense. And the world becomes a better place if you do that. But also because I kind of copy Sam Hyde just a little bit, because I grew up on him. I know I've been talking about that in my other videos a little bit. Because I grew up on Sam Hyde, and I've kind of copied him a bit just naturally. Let me fight you, Joe Rogan. I'm gonna fight you. All of Sam Hyde's battles are now my battles, okay? I'm a goon. I'm a henchman. That's all I am, okay? So, Joe Rogan, hop into the ring with me. Let me on your podcast, okay? Better yet, let's hop into the ring, and then I'll kill you, and then we'll do your podcast with your decaying corpse. Don't worry, I'll do all the talking. You won't be breathing. That's a joke. Joe Rogan, I love you.